Well, hello there, Dynge here, and welcome to another episode of Gunstats with the Dynge, or Dynge, or whatever. um, it's at least my first episode with this name, and yeah, I had another video where I talked about the Commando and the Famas, with gunstats and stuff like that, like versus each other, and I'm gonna leave the link in the description if you wanna check out that video, and whatever. So yeah, you can go watch that if you want, or haven't seen it, or want to watch it again, or what do I know. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about the SMGs, and I'm going to focus on the four main SMGs in my opinion, because as far as I see, the other SMGs aren't really useful compared to these guns, and I just don't see a reason to talk about those guns, because yeah, they aren't really nearly as good as these guns in my opinion, at least. But let me know in the comments if you want me to do on the rest of the SMGs, to find out which one of the SMGs are the worst or whatever. Yeah, also leave me suggestions on other episodes, like assault rifles, or I mean other assault rifles, or light machine guns, pistols, whatever, you know what I mean. So let's get on to it. Gonna start with the SMG father, the AK-74U. On the stats here, as you can see, it has 40 to 20 damage, which means it's a 3 to 5 shot kill, 3 shot up close and 5 shot on long range. It got a 1.4 multiplier if you hit in the head, but it's not enough to boost the damage to a 4 or 2 shot kill, unless you hit twice or more in the head. Of course, then it's enough to make it a 3 shot, I think. Not quite sure about that. Anyway, the recoil on this gun, the AK-74U, is really good. It's nice, easy controllable. It doesn't flip to some weird side. It just stays kinda in the middle, and so the recoil is really controllable. You can just, if it jumps too much, you can just stop firing for half a second, then fire again. And yeah, as I said, like third time now, recoil equals good on the AK-74U. The rounds per minute is 750, which is one of the slowest in the SMGs, but that's also a thing that makes it more accurate. I talked about why in the other video as well, so go to the description if you want to know why. And yeah, so that's also a decent thing. It doesn't shoot this bullets really fast, so on long range it can be quite take quite long to kill a guy, but it's okay. The reload, on the other hand, is kind of quick. I think it's the quickest one of the SMGs, or one of the quickest at least. It got 2.1 reload if the clip aren't empty, and 2.8 seconds if the clip is empty. And that's really fast reload time. And with sleight of hand, it's half. So yeah. It's the reload aren't really the biggest problem on this gun. It got 1600 aim points. I'm calling that. I'm not sure what it actually is called. If any of you guys know, I'm gonna highlight it in the video so you guys can see it. But anyway, if you guys know what it's called, let me know. But I'm gonna call it aim points. It's basically, the higher the points are, the quicker does the sight go down to the middle again. So the higher, the more you can actually spray with your gun. And 1600 it's pretty good for the AK-74U. It's enough for it, at least. So as I talked about before, the recoil is very controllable and easy to use. So that is basically the main stats on the AK-74U. And I guess let's move on with the next gun. The next gun I got up for you guys is the MP5K, the little brother that wants to be the AK-74U. It got the same damage, 3 to 5 shot kill again. Same multiplier, 1.4 multiplier in the head. The next thing is though the biggest difference in these guns, the high recoil. The MP5K has extremely high recoil, in my opinion at least. Or it does have extremely high recoil, and it doesn't like stay around the middle. It jumps a lot to the right, like up and right. So the recoil is insanely annoying if you're shooting long range. The rounds per minute is the same as the AK-74U, so it's a slow gun with high recoil, not that great of a combo. The reload time is one of the slowest, 2.9 if the clip aren't empty, and 3.2 seconds if the clip is empty. The aim points are 1700, so that makes it a little bit better, but it just aren't enough for the high recoil, so the recoil is still really bad in my opinion. Yeah, so moving on to next gun. Next gun I got for you guys is the Spectre. This is one of the very fast shooting gun or SMGs in the game, and therefore it also does a bit less damage than the AK-74U and the MP5K. It does 30 to 20 damage per shot, and that means it's a 4 to 5 shot kill. And again, not really enough to it's not enough with one headshot to make it to a 3 shot kill. So not that much luck on that. The multipliers on all SMGs are the same, 1.4 in the head, and the recoil on this gun is controllable. It's lower than the or it's a bit lower than the AK-74U, but it drags a bit to the right, so that can be quite annoying in long range. And with the high rate of fire it shoots 975 or 37.5 RPM or rounds per minute, and that's very high, so it doesn't allow the sight to get back in the middle as quick, so that boosts the recoil as well. The reload time is medium, 3.2 seconds without empty clip, and 3.0 seconds with an empty clip. The last gun I'm going to talk to you guys about is the MPL. I like to call this gun the quick little brother of the MP5K, who is the little brother of the AK-74U, but who cares? Anyway, it's like a mini MP5K, that's what I'm trying to do, or say. It's got the same damage as the Spectre, 30 to 20, 4 to 5 shots, same multiplier again. And the recoil reminds me is basically the same as the MP5K, just has about 10 points less, so it's not jumping as much, and that is a really great thing, because if it jumped as much with the MP5K, this gun would just be completely ruined. So the recoil is controllable. You have to stop shooting sometimes. Sorry, I just got interrupted by my mother there. But I'm not sure where I came to, so I'm gonna go with the rounds per minute. Same as Spectre, 970, 37.5. I'm sorry again. Rounds per minute, so it's a very high rate of fire gun. Makes it a lot better on close range, so not that great of a gun on long range. 2.5 or 2.25 seconds reload time without an empty clip, and 3.0 seconds with an empty clip, and has 1700 aim points. And it needs the 1700 aim points to get the recoil a bit better, and that is great that it got that. So lucky MPL. So basically, to sum it up, my top 4 in these guns are probably the AK-47, what am I saying? AK-74U, the Spectre, the MPL, and then the MP5K. The MP5K just got way too much recoil in my opinion, and I can't use it because of that. So the winner is AK-74U. Big surprise, I know. Sorry this video was so long. I'm gonna try and make the other videos a lot smaller, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.